Moving on to the Armed Forces Bowl. Baylor taking on Air Force Thursday, December 22nd at 6:30 p.m. You can watch it on ESPN. Baylor coming in as 6.5-point favorites. The over-under is set at 49.5. If I'm a Baylor fan, I think I'm feeling pretty comfortable coming into this game. They haven't played a game since November 25th against Texas. They've been able to rest. They've been able to become more healthier. And I think just overall, I think Baylor wins just in the talent category. I think that overall, when you look at it on paper, statistics-wise, I think this Baylor team is just overall better than Air Force.
Yes, I agree. I think for all the shortcomings of, this offense under Blake Shapen, and we've talked about, maybe they have to have maybe they have to bring in somebody starting caliber quality to push him in the offseason, right, to see if to really, really evaluate if he's going to be the starter going forward. With that being said, that's come against other offenses that can outpace you, right? And Air Force, for all the unique challenges they present with the triple option, I think that's more in Baylor's wheelhouse. They can stop the run pretty well, right? The worry is usually what happens when a team can beat Baylor's get by Baylor's defense with playmakers like TCU, like a Texas, and they have to keep pace. Blake Shapen's not that guy that's going to be daring with his throws. He's going to be very secure, very conservative. In this game, that might favor Baylor, right? Air Force they've thrown the ball a little bit more than the other service academies, but it still comes in the way that they run for 3 yards for 20 straight plays and then they hit you over the top, right, with the explosive pass. That's where the passing game comes from. I don't think Dave Aranda's way too versed to be probably thrown off by that. As we know with the service academies, they play the same way, right? They're all triple option. I mentioned Air Force has a little bit more passing variation, but I do trust. I think Baylor's going to be fine. I think they'll be okay. I think they've found young playmakers like Richard Reese at running back, right? He's a freshman, the guys like that. They'll be fine. I think this is going to be a game that plays into their strengths, and I think they're going to come out on top in this one.
When you look statistics-wise, Air Force has the best overall defense in the country. When you just look at plain statistics, yards allowed per game, Air Force wins in that category. However, you look at the kind of offenses that they have been up against this year. Colorado State, New Mexico, Nevada.
These are some of the worst teams in college football.
All very bad offensively. So take that with a grain of salt. I mean, I don't know how much of a bearing that's going to have on this Baylor team, but I think I agree with you. I think I'm going to take Baylor in this one, and I'm pretty comfortable with saying that. They just feel to me like the better team. It's going to be played in Fort Worth, so they're pretty much in their own backyard there. There's going to be a lot of Baylor fans that show up for that. I'm going Baylor with that.
I was about to say, you just look at how many teams fired their coach. Colorado, they played. Navy, I don't know, they're probably not going to move on from Ken Niumatalolo, but it's been a bad year for Navy. You mentioned
Colorado State's
Colorado State's been awful. UNLV fired their coach, right? They just made a hire. And so San Diego State's been bad. They've, like you mentioned, they've played a lot of bad offenses. So I think Baylor, the fact that Baylor might be one of the better offenses they played this year, and we've had questions about Baylor's offense, I think says a lot. So yeah, I think Baylor pretty comfortably in this one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think this is the most comfortable pick that I have. I think I can pretty comfortably say that Baylor over Air Force, 95%.
Sure.
So that's a good pick there.
Watch us both be wrong.
Watch Air Force come out and just run the ball all over this defense, and it's just 3 different running backs have 3 different touchdowns. Just watch us be totally wrong on that. That would happen to us, honestly.